Alright everybody, so as you can see, I'm getting started on the industrial blast furnace. It does take a large casing to make, and to build the casing you actually need advanced machine blocks right there. But you need advanced machine blocks for a lot of other things too. For example, the blast furnace piece that you need to put in front of it, which again is going to take 128 EU, so you will need an MFE. Anyway, to make this thing, I'm going to need 2 induction furnaces, which is what I am working on right now. They take advanced machine blocks, and an electric furnace, which I've just made. It's going to take another advanced machine block, and then some choices. Probably I can't choose the Copernical cables, which will take nickel, and copper. And it'll make 3 at a time, so I'm gonna need 4 of those. So nickel and copper. I could get that started right now, couldn't I? Sometimes I get a little bit weirded out by all these flashing lights, but really, it's not that bad. Okay, so basically I'm gonna need 8 copper and 8 nickel. So how much nickel do I have lying around? Because I do have some nickel dust or something. Here we go. And honestly, I kind of forget how I got all this nickel stuff. I think I just ground up ferrous ore, and that gave me nickel instead of anything else. And then I was like, what do I do with this? I got a bit confused. I'm going to come over here just to show you guys. I've made the electronic circuit and advanced circuit plans in my project table because, wow, not a lot of stuff is more annoying than those two things. It's just lots of redstone and lapis, really. Okay, so what am I working on? Right, the rolling machine. Now, as you can see, I do have some things working on an assembly table. Basically, the assembly table took a diamond to make, and 2 lasers took 2 diamonds each, as well as some obsidian. You've got to power them, and then they will just turn redstone and other things into various chipsets. So that's how you get to that step. Nobody really told me that you needed that step, so thanks everybody for keeping me in the dark. Alright, so here's my rolling machine. Now, I don't particularly require the other chipsets right now. I've just got those being made because if I need chipsets for anything else in the future, at least I know how to make them. And the pulsating ones do take ender pearls, so just keep that in mind. So now I'll just hook the power back up to the basement area, and I'll hook that up to the rolling machine. And in the rolling machine is going to go all the... Well, wait a minute. How do you put these components in again? It looked like you needed 2 in every corner, basically, to make the Copernican heating coils. Yes, you do. Okay, good. Or the copper... Okay, it's supposed to be a portmanteau of copper and nickel, because that's what it's made of, but I'm calling it Copernican after Copernicus, who, of course, was somebody from mythology or some deal like that? I don't know. Anyway, basically, it's going to take a long time to heat up. And my power system just ran out of coal coke, so back upstairs we go. I might not have the best system, and I did have a golem here. Where that golem went, I don't know. I should probably look around. There you are. What are you doing outside? Oh my god, he's just supposed to stand there and pick up the chips, because when the assembly table makes chips, they actually just float there, so I've had him picking them up and putting them back in there. Apparently, if you smelt stone, you get stone wafers, and what you can do with the stone wafers is make complex redstone circuits, like build a redstone timer, which will actually make timer things. Whatever, anyway. It's all a little bit complicated, but that's fine. What do I need now? Oh, it's so confusing, because to make the advanced machine blocks, you need to grind up more coal, actually, is what I'm going to need to do. Because it turns out... No, I need the macerator for this. It turns out that advanced machine blocks are extremely useful, and I've got my geothermal generator, which of course is using a lot of lava cells. But that's not so bad. My MFE, I've learned don't plug it into anything that doesn't want 128 at once, or it will blow up all your machines. That was horrendous. I might have used my little freebie from completing other single quest objectives to give myself my machines back, because the amount of time that would take is ridiculous. Okay. So, what was the next thing I needed? Industrial Right, the induction furnace. I need 2 of those in order to create the blast furnace exterior, which takes 2 machine blocks, 2 electric furnaces, and a bunch of copper. Okay, I can do that right now. Is it done yet? No, it's not done yet. Oh my god, what happened? What went wrong? Did the squeezer realize it was working and... Oh no! Okay, it used up everything. It's finished. Perfect. Okay, squeezer, you need some more wax capsules. There you go. And now I can just shut that off. I don't need this anymore. Great. Okay, so we've got our cables. The Copernican special cables. I don't know. Maybe the next thing I'll make is the, I don't know, the Galileo initiative, whatever that is. Build myself a massive telescope and go to town. Something like that. Okay. Wow, this is so complicated. The industrial blast furnace has to be an endgame thing, and yet you need the blast furnace to make silicon, and then from there, well, that's how you make solar panels, and solar panels might as well be made now than never. Okay, so I need the redstone chipset and the golden electron tube and 2 induction furnaces and 1 more advanced machine block. So if you haven't done it already, this should be great news to you on how to make compressed coal. And by compressed coal, I mean the mesh thing. So first of all, you mix it up like this. You get 4 raw carbon fiber. You put them together, and now I've got 2. That's exactly enough. Because then you compress the raw carbon mesh. And I'm going to go grab myself that advanced alloy. I'm going to need 2 more of this. There we go. And I have to mix that with some refined iron. Oh, man. Did I run out of refined iron again? I hope I didn't. I probably did. Okay. 1 sec. Refined iron is just iron that's been smelted a second time, funny enough. So all that means is you need more power to make everything, I think, is the idea. Because it's so simple to make refined iron. You could just have tons of it. But you only need it for, like, half of everything you make. There we go. So I only need 9 pieces right now to make another machine block, unless I had some left over. Pulsating chipsets, advanced circuits, and a bunch of steel, plus an advanced machine block gives you 4 of the casing. Which, of course, I can use to do this. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm gonna need 2 more. I'm gonna need 2 more sets to finish the industrial blast furnace. Which, of course, I put the silicon cells in. And the silicon cells came from doing what? 1 minute. Silicon cell. That came from, not this. There, yes, putting redstone in the industrial centrifuge. And it took like a half hour to create. But basically, this has been my little way on get to solar panels. I'm here in the Nether gathering some glowstone from up above. You might be thinking, Fwipp, how can you do that without pillaring up? Well, this is one way to do it. But I'm not going to do it on this group because it's way too dangerous. Basically, now that I've created a lot of EU generating things, I created myself an electric jetpack, which, surprisingly enough, as long as I don't, fly anywhere way too dangerous or floating, will actually enable me to travel around here quite succinctly, without really needing to worry about it draining of its power. Now, what I'm going to be doing for right now, at the very least, is probably switching my sword for the not dismemberizer, because I'm nowhere near a fortress yet. So we're just going to switch our swords out. Good. But basically, from what I've seen in other Feed the Beast packs, there it is, yes. New ores in the Nether that I've never found before. So, let's see if we can discover what kinds of things these are. And what we might be able to do with them, I still don't know. This looks like pyrite and redstone. Very, very interesting. Pyrite, I've also gotten stacks of it from using my centrifuge. And yet, I really can honestly say, I don't know what to do with it whatsoever. What does this stuff give me? Ooh, white stone. What does white stone do? I'm hoping it's chrome, because chrome is ridiculously hard to obtain. It is zinc and sphalerite? And that's cinnabar. That's not pyrite at all. Alright, so at the very least, we're going to be exploring the Nether today and grabbing a whole bunch of different materials that I've never even knew were here. Thankfully, I've got my very last Fortune 3 pick on me, so this should definitely give me whatever I need to get. That is a golden ball. What in the world is a golden ball? Let's check this out in our miner's backpack. It is yellow garnet. Wow, I don't know what all of those formulas down there are, except that I know chemistry, and that's basically just a formula for creating it. I'm guessing it's a rare drop from this stuff. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but hey, if you guys are playing along and you somehow need yellow garnets, apparently the way to get those jewels is use fortune on these things. Okay, and this is more redstone stuff, right? Yeah, okay. It's very interesting, I think. Again, the most fun aspects I have in this game are when I stumble upon things I've never found before, so that's particularly what I'm doing right now. I'm not expecting any different generated structures or anything. Oh, let's go get some more glowstone. Because I know, at the very least, that when you put glowstone in an industrial centrifuge, you get something that's necessary, if I'm not mistaken. Now, from the top of my head, I'm gonna guess helium, and you need helium to make special plates. Oh boy, I've been looking into the other things that I need. Basically, all my biomass can be turned into biofuel, which can be put into a biogenerator to turn, basically, MJ into EU. So basically, I'll have a lot of power. What do I want to do with all this power? Well, I'm not totally sure yet. It may involve an MSSU, just to be able to store massive amounts of power generation. And other than that, again, I'm just not that sure. I mean, I think I might want to build like a mining laser or even quantum armor if I'm lucky. Interesting. I guess gas can't, oh, yeah, they can... Ooh. I'm glad that I can hover, kind of, with this, or I would have taken massive amounts of damage. Maybe we've got enough glowstone for now. And I'd say the jetpack is probably the best way to explore in the Nether. I mean, it might not give you chest protection, but if you're willing to be a little bit more vulnerable, and I should really just... No, I don't even need to use the backpack. I can charge these both in my, my MFEs. If you're willing to just take that one little risk, I'd say it would, like, completely 120% pay off. And I haven't even really used this jetpack in the overworld yet. Oh! You know what? This is the time when I should show you guys my base in case I haven't already. So, we've got 2 magmatic engines attached to some redstone conduits. Redstone conduits take a while to make. You need hardened glass, which you make in the induction smelter, which I'm probably never going to need to use again. But still, the idea is, got my magma crucible, which turns netherrack, which I happen to have more of right now, into lava to keep these things fully charged. And these will never explode. Ever. So they're great to use. Turning my biomass into biofuel is kind of dumb. A little bit. How's this looking anyway? Can't even really right-click on it now. I've got so many machines. But that's okay. Yeah, it's full, but I can go grab some of those biofuel cells that I made earlier to just fill it up with until I grab some saplings from my tree farm to fill it up. I'm not good at automation. Honestly, what's my problem with it? I don't know. I just like knowing what's going on. And I feel like if there's a danger of my things blowing up or just things happening without my knowledge, I don't really like that much. There we go. So we'll just fill this up and then it'll take power. This thing is now full. This is the redstone energy cell. Wow, I didn't think I'd get that full. It took a long time. Basically, this system is always running, so I should probably take this out, make another one, charge it up, and then I can just carry that wherever I want. Basically, if you're wondering how it works, I just removed the gold conductive cables and replaced them with the redstone ones because energy transference means my whole system is running like a ton more efficient right now. Plus, I don't even really need the steam engines that much now that I've kind of converted to magma a little bit. Like, not a lot, but enough that, you know, all this extra netherrack can just be ground up into lava. and then just pulled through in my machines. Now over here, we've got the blast furnace, which, well, you definitely need an MFE, which is currently fully powered. That's great. I can just chuck my electric jetpack in this one and my mining drill in this one to power them up, because they work just like bat boxes, only the output is a lot. So things that take a lot of power, like, say, taking silicon cells and turning them into silicon plates, that's definitely something you need an MFE for. Got my advanced solar panels, which took an absolute ton to make. Silicon cells, carbon plates, all of those things together, absolutely necessary. But basically now, it's all free power generation because it's coming right from the sky. So in the end, is it worth it? Well, I probably don't need to cook anything else in the geothermal furnace or in the generator, so it's worth it to me, although I'm not sure if my system is as good as it could be. I mean, right now everything's always topped up. I can't complain about that. I could macerate things. I don't know what to do with all these ores, but I will get back to you once I figure out what the purpose is of all of these items. Alright everybody, so I'm back, and I kind of examined all the different materials that I got from that. Basically, zinc is something you can use in place of another material when you make mixed alloy in your rolling machine, so that's actually quite useful. Pyrite, I still don't know what you do. Sphalerite and the other materials are apparently things that you can use in an industrial centrifuge to get such things as mercury cells, more silicon cells, and okay, this just makes sulfur and iron dust if I want to turn pyrite. You know what, that's all it does, so I could have extra sulfur and iron. Iron is just going to be turned into more iron ingots, obviously. But what does sulfur do? I don't know. I mean, I can use it with torches, right? Yeah, that's basically it, I think. It kind of went too fast, but whatever. Apparently, these are all things that you can just industrial centrifuge to your heart's content to get a whole bunch of different other materials. If I went into my backpack right now and I really examined the other things I have, like cinnabar dust, it basically does the same thing. And garnets, you want to grind them up and then put that into your industrial electrolyzer. So honestly, this just gave me a bunch more fuel to try and burn, basically, because, well, the advanced solar panels have basically max storage in here. They're probably not outputting that much. Well, some of them are. Actually, the one in the center and the one on the end are. And that's how the centrifuge is running without actually needing to be powered by anything else. It's running completely on the internal storage of the advanced solar panels, which, if we look at that, that's a lot of energy. So that's good. I don't even need to worry even though it's nighttime. Funny, isn't it? It's like the solar panels generate 1 EU even when it's dark, when they're advanced. And otherwise they generate 8. So my only problem right now is I have so much dust and nowhere to put it. Oh well, I'll just make another diamond chest, plunk it up here. It's not like that's so difficult. Or, wait a minute. I could fly into the other base that I have and chuck it all there. Yeah, that would be perfect. Things to be centrifuged. It's not like I'd ever really want to use one of those chests. I mean, goodness me, I've got like 10 stacks of pyrite. Like, no matter how much you need iron or sulfur, it's just, I mean, you need energy to do it. It just seems like that would be a terrible use of your time. And pyrite versus sphalerite. I don't even know if there's a big difference one against the other. But I'll just fill my inventory back up with all these weird dusts and things. And then, well, fill this one up with it again. It's nice to have it, I guess. It's just I don't really see a time in the future when I'm really going to want to do it. And garnets, too. Those need to be ground into pieces. So on the plus side, I did get everything from the Nether I needed to get, I think. You know, and not needing to travel there again. I can definitely call that a successful mission. Even though I didn't really know what I was doing in the first place. You know, I got myself the extra stuff. Zinc is good. Not gonna lie, if I need more zinc, I can see myself flying around there again. But it was dangerous enough that I'm glad I don't have to go back. Definitely. Alright. Phew, what now? What now? Guess we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.